Thinking about leaving your soul-sucking 9 to 5 job, one of the biggest struggles I see people, especially as women, face is the idea of having that safety net, that enticing perks and benefits, and listening to that head trash of what will people think if I leave. I totally get it, and I've been where you are. That's why I created a free guide to help you if you're thinking about putting in that notice. It's called Unlocking Your Exit Plan. Discover 5 things you need to do before leaving your 9 to 5. This guide is filled with worksheets and steps so you will have hand holding along the way. You can download your copy in the link in the show notes, and again, it's totally free. Now back to today's episode.
You're listening to the Hello CS Dorsey podcast, your one-stop shop for all things motivating while on your entrepreneur journey. Feeling stuck in your business or don't know where to start? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Listen to some of the leading women in today's industry who have been there before to help guide you on your path. Now, here's your host and self-taught web designer, CS Dorsey.
Welcome back to another episode of the Hello CS Dorsey podcast. I have Sara from Sara Down Coaching. How are you doing today, Sara?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So could you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do?
Sure. So my name is Sara. I'm a certified health and life coach. My niche is dating coach. And what I do is I work with single women who are fed up with the dating scene. It's not really like I'm not a matchmaker. And I don't even talk about like outer game at all. Like I don't really tell you, what to wear or how to do your hair or how to have your makeup or what to talk about. That's not what I do. I do the mindset work. Who are you being? What are you thinking about? That type of things. Are you really being the best you that you can be while you're on the date? Because like the way that I see it is that if you were the best you would attract the best guy and it would come like naturally. It's like when someone wonders like, oh, I'm doing all the things and I'm not getting the right guy. No, but like, what are you thinking?
Oh, okay. Okay, so tell us something about yourself that most people don't know.
I had a bird growing up. My first word was the name of my pet bird.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So literally that was your first word. So was your parents like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it's the bird. That's the first word.
I think like it was kind of like, outside of mom and dad, people's first word are like their siblings. I'm the oldest child. So I guess it was kind of like, it was like mom, dad, captain. And like captain was my first word.
That is so cute. Well, hey, I'm the only child, literally. So I had a lot of cousins and everything. But the funny thing about growing up with like siblings and then growing up without a father, my uncle, he would like babysit me. So when he was babysitting me and I was around all the other kids, his kids would call him daddy. So I was calling him dad because, I was like, hey, everybody else is doing it, My real dad was so upset about that. He was just like, I can't believe she's calling him dad. My mom was like, we should have been around. Hilarious. So I completely understand that. It's so funny. So I'm all about taking action, whether it's taking action in your business or taking those first steps to start a business or even for your health for that matter. What advice could you give to our listeners out there on how can they take action in taking those first steps and moving forward?
I think, right now in these times, we're in unprecedented times, right? Like no one knows what they're doing. We've never been through anything like this before. So I think the important thing is, well, besides for just, doing it, and taking imperfect action and being okay with it not being, exactly the way that you want it to be, is make sure that you provide value to your people. So that means like offering things at either a discount or low or no cost, and having it be, the same value that it would be doing if you were charging a lot. So for example, even just earlier this evening, I had a call, and so I'm offering my programs. I have like a 1 month program and a 3 month program. My 3 month program, I charged my regular price. I didn't offer that at a discount, but I offered a 1 month program for free. And I just signed a client. I signed her on for the 1 month program just like right before I spoke to you.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
my question is, what did you do to actually get that client? Did you already know that client, or was it more social media, or was it word of mouth?
It was from Facebook. So I'm in actually a few entrepreneur Facebook groups, and I made a post asking a question relevant to my niche. Single ladies, are you guys dating right now? Why or why not? Which is like a pretty like basic question, like and in answering, they're kind of raising their hand. They're like, "Oh, I'm a single lady, and yes, I'm dating, or no, I'm not dating." And then I commented on the whoever responded. I responded to the comment, and I was like, so I'm doing a survey for market research. Would you be willing to fill it out just so that I can learn the language? It's always good to like do market research and interview people, and just to see what your target audience is going through. And so the ones who said okay, I sent them the survey, and the survey was like, I think the survey it asked like 2 or 3 questions. It's like, what's the worst thing about dating? What's your favorite part about dating? What are you looking for? What's your deal breaker? How important is it to you to have a different dating experience? And then at the bottom, it says, optional, leave your email if you're interested in a free clarity session. It's a session where I determine if the client is a good fit for me, or if I would like to work with the client, if I feel like I can help them. She filled out the survey. She commented yes on that post. She filled out the survey, and I emailed her after. I said, hey, I see you left your email for the free session. I'm available this, and this date. I gave her 2 or 3 options of like slots. She said the sooner the better. So I said, actually, I have today available. And so we did the call today.
That's amazing. I love how you have your step-by-step process, and it's not difficult. It is so simple. Just a simple post, a simple survey, asking questions, and then a sort of call to action, and then them
Mm-hmm.
taking action. I think that is the most doable and brilliantest.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
creating
it's like
words.
genius, but it's yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I
it
think
was so easy. I got a few of the clarity sessions from that are coming up. Is it okay if I share the link? I can even share the link to the survey here.
yes, yes, definitely.
It's bit.ly/Sarah Dunn Coaching Survey.
Okay, perfect. And definitely send that to me. You could just send it to
Yeah,
me and we can add it in the show notes.
for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So I love this because
Yeah.
sometimes we overthink things and we think that, oh, I have to do this, it's going to be complicated. But
Mhm.
something just as simple as that can go a long way, and you never know. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're offering the session, for free, but she just might like it and she just might turn into a
Mhm.
regular client, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. I really do.
Thank you.
So, what advice would you give yourself 10 years ago?
10 years ago. Oh boy, 10 years ago was 2010. I guess it would be, to sign up for my course sooner. My health and life coaching course. I started my course in October 2018. I got certified in July 2019, so I'm still like, pretty new, but I think I would sign if I could, I would have signed up for it 10 years ago for sure.
Yeah, don't you? It's so funny because sometimes as we're going along in life and the things that we know now, we're like, oh my goodness, I wish I would have told myself that, X amount of years ago, I would have been better off. But
Yeah,
it's so funny. We say that to ourselves all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So, any last minute advice you have for our listeners out there?
I struggled with that question, like, what don't people know about me? Because I do pride myself on being an open book. I think if you make your Facebook posts be open and vulnerable and they don't come off as salesy that way. If you're telling a story about your life and putting your life like in your posts and like putting your story into your business, like then it'll just come out as being authentic and real and raw, and people are naturally gravitated towards that. Yeah, that's my advice.
I agree completely because with my podcast, I barely edit anything out, and I make sure I tell my assistant, clean it up just a little bit. But I love everything to be completely conversational, authentic, and raw. And by me doing that, I even had someone come to me and say, "Hey, Candace, I like your podcast because it's authentic and it's raw." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" So I think being true to yourself and staying true to who you are is the most valuable and is so important. And people will gravitate towards that. People, they like that being authentic. If you're being fake or trying to be someone else, people can see right through it. So it's best to just be you, weird hair and all, because I have an issue with my hair right now because I can't go to hairstylists. So I'm doing my Facebook lives and everything, and I'm like, you know what? They're just gonna have to love me for the curly chia pet hair,
Yep.
and then it's gonna and let that be that.
That's who you are, and you shouldn't have to fight it.
That's right. That is right. So where can everyone find you?
I'm on all social media. I have my website. So I guess my website is saraduncoaching.com. My social media is facebook.com/SarahDunCoaching, Instagram.com/SarahDunCoaching. My YouTube channel is a long link. I don't know if I can just spout that off.
Oh, that's no problem.
Those two. Or they can email me, Coach Sara at SarahDunCoaching.com.
Okay, perfect. And we will include everything in the show notes. Well, Sara, thank you so much for giving your tips. I love your simple strategy and how you was able to use something simple and something that's not complex to be able to, get your services out there and to be able to get someone that's interested in your service. I really love that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episodes and more. Head over to hellocsdorsey.com to subscribe. And remember, nothing is impossible. So make the impossible possible and take action today. We'll see you next time.